The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Here's a good follow-up to talking about H.H. Holmes and the murderer. There's some good news in Chicago with a new manager for your Chicago Cubs. Shocker yesterday as news broke that David Ross was out and Craig Counsell, the evil Milwaukee Brewers manager, is in. He's not evil anymore.
You could say the Cubs killed it.
Oh.
Yeah, right? How about that?
How about it? So this is an incredible coup, as everybody wanted this guy, including the Mets were pretty close to signing him, but he signed the biggest deal in Major League Baseball manager history, which is $40 million for 5 years, which, first off, it's not our money. Who cares? You get the guy. This is the guy. Secondly, when they make that kind of investment in a manager, that can only mean that good free agent signings are on the way, and they're willing to spend to win now and not happy with the last several seasons, especially the way the playoff run went this past year when it was just in their hands, in their grasp to get the wild card and let it fall apart
They
in
could have
September.
been they could have been the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Look at that. Look at that.
You know, so we had a listener call in a few weeks ago. We were talking about this, and he brought up such a good point, but we had already moved past sports, where you remember there's that ball that Suzuki dropped in Atlanta.
Yes.
That turned into the Cubs' losing streak. That turned into the Diamondbacks making the playoffs. The Diamondbacks made the World Series. You think about the Bulls this past year. They were in the play-in game against the Heat, leading late in the fourth quarter. They blew the game. The Heat made it to the NBA Finals. The best thing you can do as a franchise right now is beat a Chicago sports team. You do that, you're cruising through the playoffs, baby.
If you remember, I pointed out that Seiya Suzuki drop was the tipping point of the season, and you guys laughed at me.
A lot of people did.
No, I said it first. They all lied out. I was the one that said it
This
first.
crucial air late in September, this is the turning point.
This is it, and I don't get any credit
It's
ever
like
for
right
this.
before we lost the game that knocked us out.
I tried to say it.
Crucial.
I said it. No one listened. No one listened.
That is really good analysis, Brian.
All right, here we go.
Someone said Brian unbuttoned his shirt and put on glasses to be Captain Obvious.
I said it first.
That's your Halloween costume next year is Captain Obvious.
I said it first. Everybody copied me, and that's the way it goes around here in Chicago sports.
I said it first. Everybody copied me.
Christopher Columbus over here. It's like there were already people there, bro.
A lot of things in common with him and Brian.
I'm going to call it America.
There was like people with homes. Like, what are you talking? Like that is Brian to a T. First of his friends means first ever.
No, that's right. No one heard it.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
right. Oh, my Case and Kenzie heard it from me first, and I don't care what anybody else says.
God.
So this is actually super exciting. Like I said, as Case found an interesting stat that if this was a Major League Baseball contract for a player, for this manager, it'd be the 11th largest free agent contract signing in White Sox history, showing the difference in how much spent. Now, even though the White Sox have spent a ton of money in the last couple of years with disappointing results, I've heard people online sad that Tim Anderson is leaving, by the way.
Oh, those people are wrong.
They're way wrong.
And if you would have said this to me in 2021, I would have been devastated. Tim Anderson was my guy.
Yeah.
I was ready to drive him to the airport this past year. I could not stand him. Low effort, bad performance, lazy, cheater.
Big cheater.
Not
Yeah.
a fan. Not a fan.
Would you drive the two
He
women?
makes the Astros look just like honest.
You drive his wife, his side piece, and him. Would you get the front seat, or would the wife get the front seat?
I don't,
I don't think she's gonna let him sit in the back with his legs in. I don't think that's happening.
It's like you got two cats that fight. I didn't mean to imply cat fighting. It's a bad example, but nevertheless.
What are you trying to say, Case?
Exactly. I'm not trying to say anything. Ma'am.
Very careful. Pitcher Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs, by the way, $16 million option for 2024. So that was exercised Sunday, and also the $6 million option on Yan Gomes. So, but I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here in free agency. Shohei Ohtani. There's some guys out there spent $500 million now. He
Grant
spent $40.
Barazzi, where's he going?
Where's Grant?
We want to know.
Where is it? And it's again Kenzie's point earlier. It's okay to still like David Ross and appreciate what he did for this city and the Cubs. He's a legend, and still like the new manager. You don't got to hate one.
So, Brian asked me a question this morning, Kenzie, that you weren't in the room for.
Thank God.
No, you would have liked it. I think you would have liked it.
What?
He said, well, do you think David Ross will now take a job in the Cubs front office as like an executive? And I thought, what a slap to the face that would be. You don't find out you're fired until the Cubs hire somebody for your job. You can't backdoor your way into something else. You got to burn the organization to the ground. He could never be affiliated with the Cubs again.
I disagree with that. I disagree.
I don't know.
It feels like a real slap in the face.
I think he lost his dream job, so you're just they're not gonna give it to you again. Because usually it's the things that keep you alive not during your dream job is the hope of your dream job.
Yeah, but he's right for the picking for a consultant role because that's a fake job. There's no such thing as a consultant. But it seems like something that he could get paid for. And every consultant's like, oh, I do a thing. What is the thing?
And then every boss just does what they want after being consulted with. It doesn't matter.
Well, consultants typically are people that failed at what they did, and then they talked everybody else into saying, I'm really good at this.
Hey, consultants listening, I did not say that. That was
didn't say it
Brian.
either.
Oh, my goodness.
I think you guys said it, and I just clarified
No,
it.
I don't. I think that bosses don't listen to consultants because they're like, well, I'm the boss. And then they just do whatever they want. So I just feel like nothing happens.
It'll just depend on the market. Will somebody pick up David Ross as a manager? I don't think so. And I think someone offers him maybe $500,000 a year to be a consultant for the Cubs. He gets to go out and eat hot dogs for the games and hang out.
We can eat hot dogs before the game as a manager.
Oh,
he's not eating salad.
You can't be full as a manager before the game. Now he can eat hot dogs and enjoy.
He doesn't play.
You can't manage baseball on a full stomach.
Actually, a lot of them are really heavy. A lot of those guys are
They're really heavy?
Look at all the managers. Put them side by side, every manager in the league.
I would say our current and past are now both in great shape. So I don't know.
Look at the other ones. Look at all the
rest
other
of
ones.
them?
Yeah, they're all.
Craig Counsell is in good shape. He's a good-looking guy.
He is.
He
I
looks
would
like-
be scared to step on his foot. I'd be like, I am so sorry.
He looks like he's
Sorry
wearing
about that.
he looks like he's wearing his dad's clothes though. They're a little loose. He needs to tighten up.
He's like the opposite. He's really thin.
Yeah, and it's kind of hanging from him a little bit.
He's a thin guy. Greg Rossi's in good shape.
Yeah. Okay, we got two, but a lot of the other ones are fat.
Oh, are they? You're giving no examples.
Dusty Baker, who just retired.
He just retired.
He's pretty big. Phillies manager, pretty big guy.
Yeah, big guy.
There's a lot of guys. They're big.
A lot of big guys.
That's what they say about baseball.
They eat a Snickers before the game because you're not you when you're hungry. You know.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You know, God Bless the Gravy, our food drive for the Greater Chicago Food Depository goes for a few more weeks only. Okay, and there was just a really funny donation comment that I saw here I have to read from Michael Aiello. He donated, and I don't know what this means. Maybe you can help me, Kenzie. He said, thanks to Kirk Cousins for alerting me to this cause, and a big thank you to everyone involved. Now, I didn't know Kirk Cousins knows about God Bless the Gravy, the Vikings quarterback who's been sidelined. I'm appreciative of him. Love him.
Love him.
Great guy.
I know he has LASIK.
I know. He stole Case's LASIK endorsement.
Sucks.
I do know that.
And Brian, what did you say when I complained about Kirk Cousins having a LASIK deal before me? Because it's the only thing I've ever wanted in radio.
I said, who do you think's going to sell more LASIK surgeries, Kirk Cousins or you?
Oh, my God.
Those were my mean moments. I was a little snarky.
It didn't make Case feel good.
But we do want to highlight the people that have donated on here. It's great. Ken Matusak donated $100. He says, thank you for doing this to help all in need, and thank you for the countless hours of great entertainment. What about that?
Oh.
All right. And you can do this at Q101.com. We're over 10,000 meals. In fact, we're almost to 11,000 meals. So explain how the meal thing works with donations, Kenzie.
Okay, so here's the really good news is that $1 really goes a long way. Because I feel like nowadays, you feel like $1 does nothing for you. You can't even go to a fast food restaurant with $1 like you used to, right?
Right.
You just feel on top of the world when you're in college with $1.
Oh.
Today it means even vending machines, forget about it. It's like $1.09.
$1.25 here.
Amen.
That's
It
BS.
does nothing. It does a whole lot here. $1 is 3 meals when you donate. So when you're donating money, you know exactly the amount of meals you're providing. That's the 100% of it, and it's 3 meals per dollar. So you could do this donation based on how many meals you want to provide, which is awesome because so often you donate and you're like, I don't really know what that did, and it's
Yeah.
hard to know the amount to give. You're like, well, I'm thinking 50. Does that actually do anything, or is that just half? Like, you're not sure. So I do love this breakdown because you can decide. I would feel good about 150 meals. I would feel good about 15 meals. I would feel good. Figure out what works for you, and you can 100% figure that out and calculate it, and it goes a really long way, which is awesome.
It's a game changer. And Q101.com is God Bless the Gravy. And listen, as good as we're doing, we want to really get some, urgency to it now because Thanksgiving's coming. We wanted to get 30,000 meals. We're almost to 11,000. So
Dude, it's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Everybody listening throws in just a couple dollars or $10 or $20 right now. We can get to our goal really quick.
I got a witch's broom on my doorstep. Like, I understand. People start thinking this is so far away. I got a ghost saying boo outside still. I get it.
Damn.
It is coming. We got to get turkeys, man.
Well, I do say that businesses can really help out bigger sometimes if you've had a good year. And I want to give a shout out to some people that have done that. So you got Rick checked in, Rick Carlberg of House Doctors Property Inspection, serving Chicago.
Why would your house need a doctor? Tell me about it.
I don't know. Well, surrounding suburbs for 24 years, he says. He says he'll donate an additional $50 for every inspection when the client mentions they heard it on Q101 from Brian and Kenzie. Through the end of the year, he said he'll keep going. We're trying to get by Thanksgiving, but he'll keep donating the rest of the year, which also excellent help. He heard about it through Adam of AC/DC Closets, who talked about us in some kind of small business meeting. And Adam's been donating about he did $21 again yesterday. He's been doing about $21 every couple days. Mentioned Q101, and that's Adam at acdcclosets.com. And then you got Rick, who does House Doctors Property Inspections. So please patronize both those businesses if you need those services because they're helping out with those dollars right there. Hundreds of meals have already been donated and helped out with. So
you're saying house doctor, and I'm like, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, ting, wada, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, ting, wada, bing, bang. That's all I can think of. Do you understand that?
Why are you thinking that?
Because of the song.
But the song is, why is it House Doctors? I can't remember.
Because it's Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctors. Hey, there's a Witch Doctor. Yeah, that's it.
Told the Witch Doctor you didn't love me true. I told the Witch Doctor.
If that doesn't make
you
it dope.
You didn't love me nice.
If you donate $50, Kenzie will never do that again.
Hey.
Go to Q101.com and donate now, whatever you can. $5, like Kenzie said, makes 15 meals.
Does nobody know the song Witch Doctor?
I did. I do.
Do you?
I do. I don't want to hear it again.
Let me remind you.
If someone donates $200 right now, Kenzie will sing the whole thing, actually.
No, it's going to be counterproductive. People are going to take money away from starving people.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Here's the Veil. Q101 show is coming up very soon with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And Lauren's here. Hello, Lauren.
Hi.
What's going on, Lauren?
Dude, can I just say True Crime Tuesdays is my new favorite thing.
Oh.
It's so compelling. And are you kidding me? We got the fifth cousin, fourth removed of Holmes calling in, listening to Brian and Kenzie.
I want to tell you something. This radio show has brought in guests that no other show gets.
That's true.
H.H. Holmes, fifth cousin, fourth removed.
Yeah, no, we get the leading cast for sure on here.
Case, who else have we had?
We get a lot of cousins.
It was Evel Knievel's granddaughter.
Actually,
Awesome. Oh, yeah.
I think that was his daughter.
I think his daughter, and then Dick Butkus's
Grandniece.
grandniece.
Who else has those?
Those are A-listers. Those are A-listers right there.
Definitely nobody in Chicago.
Damn straight. You listen to this show and
Because
nobody
they like
else.
Justin Bieber. We're like, well, suck on this.
What do you got coming up on your show today, Lauren?
Dude, I have Story of the Year tickets for the show at Concord Music Hall.
When are you going to do that?
I'm going to do that at 12:30.
How'd the unboxing go yesterday?
Dude, I don't know where this thing came from. It was a jersey. It's a Malort baseball jersey, and it says my name on the back.
I didn't say someone's name,
It says my name.
but like there's no return to
No.
sender action.
Oh, no, it said cell, C-E-L-L, which I was like, is that
Cell?
prison? Does that mean somebody from jail? Made T-shirts on
Knitted
the
it?
side? Yeah.
Well, they got all the time on their
Knitted
hands.
it in knitting class at Shawshank.
Yeah.
I'll remember when Andy
Crazy.
went down to
Oh
knit
my
that
God,
jersey.
I hate when you do this. I don't want to remember.
Well, if you sing the Witch Doctor, I can do this.
I've never like hated such a beloved movie, and it's because of you. You've ruined it for me.
I remember when Kenzie
No.
started to stop doing that.
To be fair, he's ruined a lot of things for you.
I know, my life, things like that.
I bring so much joy into other people's lives. Takeaways from today, 312-591-8300. You text in something in your brain about today's show. Case.
Jim the garbage man checked in. He said, takeaway, Brian's tank will be bicycle chain to the tree at Wrigley Field.
It's facts. There you go.
You wanted a tank instead of a pension? Is that what you wanted?
Well, we were arguing about Social Security and a pension, and if, like Kenzie was pointing out, that if Social Security runs out for all of us, well, I'm going to get some kind of check. And she said, well, they can buy one less tank. I said, give me a tank instead.
There you go.
I'll take a tank.
As if he's contributed enough, by the way, to get the entire tank.
I have for a tank. Let me
I
tell you
don't
by
think
now,
so.
I think I'm ready for a tank.
Rob texted in his takeaway. Brian was disgusted with H.H. Holmes until it came to his polygamy. Then he was like, hey, this guy's not so bad.
That's some really good ideas for at least one.
Okay.
And finally, Frank texted in 815. Frank's takeaway. Pulling out Napoleon's penis at a house party would be a great conversation starter.
That's what I'm saying.
You know it's in a museum somewhere, Lauren?
I don't want to.
So
How come nobody else's penis is in a museum?
right?
Isn't there a whole museum of peni?
Well, there's the Museum of Sex in New York, but I think that's different. I don't think that's where it is.
Hmm.
Is that where it is?
I think there's detached
Is that where Napoleon's is?
units in a whole museum.
Can't the Field Museum get Napoleon's penis?
And basically the freaking wilderness out there.
Well, no, it's only if they found it in a field. It's field findings. I don't think that's where they got it.
You miss a moment, you miss a lot. Go to the Q101 podcast, The Morning Crew, Brian and Kenzie podcast at Q101.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.